What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about mainly Adama Traore, because a Spanish journalist said that Liverpool are in the process of bidding a big amount of transfer amount for the Adama Traore, who is an absolutely incredible player, and he stepped up this season with 6 goals and 12 assists. So more on that later, but also in this video we will have interviews with Jurgen Klopp, with Pep Guardiola previewing the Manchester City Liverpool game tonight, and also Trent Alexander-Arnold said that he wants to become the Liverpool legend of all legends. He wants to become the best Premier League defender, the best Premier League right back of all time, and he wants to reach the levels of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. So we have that interview for you guys later in this video as well. So if you enjoy these, leave a like, turn on the bell notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into it. So Spanish journalist Miguel Rico, who is working for Mundo Deportivo, said that Liverpool are in the process of making a huge bid for Adama Traore, because Liverpool, according to the report, have not only made clear their interest, but they have already tabled a bid for Adama Traore. Quite how much the bid is has not been disclosed by the report, so we don't know how much exactly Liverpool have bid for Adama Traore, and it doesn't say it has been rejected or accepted. I think Wolves are mulling it over, and Wolves are in the process, in the absolute thick of the top 4 race. And the top 4 race is fascinating in my opinion, because Leicester, since the Premier League resumed, they have been in free fall. They only collected 2 points from like 4 or 5 games. They lost yesterday to Everton, and also Chelsea are pretty inconsistent. They lost to West Ham incredibly last night after going 1-0 up, and the fact Chelsea lost and Wolves and Man United are in such great form, and Wolves play Arsenal next. If Wolves beat Arsenal in the next game, then they will have a clear run at the top 4, which would be absolutely amazing achievement for Wolves. But I think still that Wolves and Adama Traore would want to play for Liverpool, and Wolves would do a deal with Liverpool because they know that they can't really offer the wages Adama Traore wants to earn at a top club, and Wolves' wage structure is still not on par with the likes of Liverpool's wage structure, obviously, of course. And Wolves and Adama Traore suggested that they have several bids on the table for Adama Traore. Jurgen Klopp is known to be very keen on strengthening his attack this summer. Liverpool had been on a deal for Timo Werner this summer, but walked away from the deal due to the costs involved, and their loss appears to be Chelsea's gain. But Liverpool are looking to generate some funds by selling Marco Grujic, Harry Wilson, Xherdan Shaqiri, even maybe Dejan Lovren, and even maybe Divock Origi. So that's 5 players who could each generate between 10 to 20 million pounds. So minimum Liverpool are getting 50 million in the summer transfer window, but we could even get up to 80 million pounds. And if Miguel Rico, the Spanish journalist, is correct that Adama Traore has now emerged as Liverpool's #1 transfer target, Liverpool will do everything they can to land this deal, this transfer deal, and this player. And Liverpool know, even though the Africa Cup of Nations has been postponed, that Liverpool need more strength in depth. And let's look at Adama Traore as a Xherdan Shaqiri replacement. I think either if he starts or comes off the bench, he's a better player than Xherdan Shaqiri right now. And I'm a big fan of Shaqiri. I love him. But I think Adama Traore, being only 24 years old, his potential and his ceiling is much higher, while I think Xherdan Shaqiri already reached his highest ceiling, and he's only going downhill right now. So maybe this is not the worst moment to sell Xherdan Shaqiri, even though I would love him to get more playing time. It seems like he just can't shake off these constant injuries, which Jurgen Klopp is reportedly very frustrated with. And the fact that Adama Traore absolutely ripped Manchester City apart in both games, home and away. I mean, away from home at the Etihad, Adama Traore put in an absolute masterclass performance, scoring 2 goals on the counter-attack to win Wolves the game 2-0, and also at home at the Molineux Stadium, at Wolves' home stadium, Adama Traore helped the Wolves turn a 2-1 defeat to a 3-2 victory with 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, and Adama Traore was very instrumental. I think he got an assist and also maybe scored in that game, I'm not sure, but he definitely got at least one, maybe even two assists against Man City in the home game. And Wolves beat Man City for the first time in like 50 years, home and away, which is an incredible achievement. And also Liverpool actually struggled with Adama Traore when Wolves played Liverpool, and we only beat Wolves because VAR ruled out their goal, but otherwise they could have got a result against Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp told BBC this about Adama Traore: he is unplayable in moments. He is unbelievable, Adama Traore. What a player. It's not only him at Wolves, but he is so good. And Wolves winger Adama Traore said that he's open to a transfer either to a Premier League club or even back to La Liga. He was specifically asked, would he return to Barcelona, having started in Barcelona as a second team early on in his career. A return to Barca, he said, I don't bear any grudges, but equally if Real Madrid called me, I would go there too. If I was at Barcelona for 10 years and I have very good memories, and I'm open to a new chapter. So Adama Traore is open to going to a really big club, and I think he will only upgrade to a Champions League club, a guaranteed Champions League club, and also a club where he is guaranteed to fight for titles, which Wolves, as good as they are, I don't think they are ready to fight for the Premier League title or the Champions League. I mean, even European football is a magnificent achievement for Wolves. I mean, they only just got promoted like 2 years ago to the Premier League, and in their first season they finished in 7th place and qualified for the Europa League, and now they are actually trying to crack into the top 4, and they actually are one of the favorites because of how good they are, and also they are in great form. They won like 4 of their 5 Premier League games. So good luck to Wolves. I really would love to see them in the Champions League, honestly, because they have a really good team, a good manager, they play good football, and it's just something fresh, something new. And of course, I don't really like all the other big teams in the Premier League apart from Liverpool, so it would be funny if Wolves and maybe even Leicester finished in the top 4 this season. But Leicester is in free fall, so I don't really think they can maintain their 3rd place or 4th place, but we shall wait and see what happens. So he's a manager who is responsible for the loan deals at Wolves. Shai Ol-Ofrojana admitted that there was a fair chance that Adama Traore could be sold in the summer. Adama Traore is a good player, he said, and we have all seen what he is capable of doing. His sheer pace, power, goal-scoring stint, skills on the ball, and also running the length of the pitch. He has been doing it for the past few seasons, so we are very much aware of what he brings to the table. In terms of what will happen to him going forward, the league has not ended, so we need to wait for that. But we can't ignore the fact that he has done very well for Wolverhampton Football Club. Anybody can leave Wolves. He came from somewhere and he can leave any day. Regarding genuine transfer interest in our players, there are procedures and policies that we consider as a club. They tell us whether it is the right step for us or not. And football pundit Noel Whelan knows exactly why Liverpool are so keen to sign Adama Traore. He has come on so much this season under Nuno Espirito Santo. He said, the player there that a lot of clubs want. He has every attribute now. He has now the end product, the goals, the assists. He has speed and intelligence. He put in a quality ball for Raul Jimenez, for example, against West Ham, where Raul Jimenez scored. What a fantastic cross that was, bending away from the goalkeeper. That is any striker's delight. For the second one, he showed quick feet, as well as his power and agility that you need. Again, picking the right pass. He has become a high commodity player for Wolves, whether he starts or comes off the bench. Traore is one of the main reasons Wolves has done so well this season, and that is what is absolutely staggering in Adama Traore's development, in that was the thing that he lacked when he started off his career in English football. He played for Middlesbrough in the Championship, and then he played for Wolves in the Premier League. He lacked the end product. he lacked the goals and the assists. He always had the physical attributes. He was always fast. He was always skillful, very agile. He could go past people with ease, but his decision making wasn't there. But that comes with experience. And now Adama Traore learned a lot, and he's now 24 years old, and he knows exactly the right time to shoot the ball, to pass, to cross, and he is now a much better player than before. I mean, 6 goals and 12 assists in this season for Adama Traore is really impressive. That's like 18 goal contributions in like 30 plus games, which is absolutely fantastic for a winger playing for like not a traditional big club in the Premier League. And former defender Jason Conde, who is now a pundit, said that Adama Traore, he is good enough for Champions League football. He's good enough to play for a Champions League club. I believe he has reached the sort of heights with his quality in the final third now. His delivery, his knowledge now, and he's learned from his own mistakes. When I first saw him at Aston Villa, he was all pace and no end product. Even at Middlesbrough, he was a bit like that. But now, fair play to Nuno Espirito Santo. To get to this level, he must have worked tirelessly on the training ground. And it's with both feet. He put in a brilliant cross with his left foot against Bournemouth. He can drop deep, he can travel with the ball, he is incredibly strong, his footwork is excellent with the ball and without the ball. The way he moves the ball, his pace, his strength, I think he's good enough to put him in a Liverpool team. You could put him in a Man City team, and not only would he not look out of place, I think he could get to a place where he could actually demand a first team place in either Liverpool or Manchester City's team. He's talking about the future. Right now I don't think he walks into any of those sides, but he has the potential to do so. He has the potential to become as good as some of the Liverpool's or Manchester City's forwards. The Wolves manager was actually asked whether Adama Traore will be a Wolves player after the transfer window, and he said, I don't really know. He is here now and trained well recently. He's ready to go in the next game. This is what I think. It is day by day, not speculation. We just focus on what we have to do, and Wolves of course are just trying to get into the top 4, but Adama Traore is a special player, a unique player. When he's on the pitch, he's having an impact on the game. Of course he has things to improve, the Wolves manager said, but after that it is our decision when we use him and manage the team. We have to consider how we prepare the game, our game plan, our opponent, the momentum and the moment that we were without 3 months activity. So we have a lot of things to judge on and try to make the right decisions. And Adama Traore actually praised his former manager Tony Pulis, who actually he said that his improvement can be traced back to the work that Tony Pulis did. Some people don't know that before him I wasn't playing a lot at Middlesbrough. So Tony Pulis, when he became a Middlesbrough manager, he put Adama Traore in the team much more often. And after he came, he trusted me and he spoke with me a lot. Adama Traore said he was great. I still have contact with him. He taught me how to play in this position, a wing back and a winger, working a lot on maintaining position, defending, maintaining shape. He helped me in this position and in this way to start improving myself. He has been a massive figure for me, and that's actually very good that he praised Tony Pulis, because some big players maybe forget the early days of their career when they were just starting out and which managers helped them. Tony Pulis also praised Adama Traore back. You meet people in life who are really good people, and Adama is a really good person. You hope and pray those people get everything out of life that they possibly can. He's gone to Wolves. We didn't want to get rid of him at Middlesbrough, but the only problem was the finances. He went to the right club. He stepped up and he has murdered the Premier League. I think he can only get better. His temperament and personality is first class. His next step, I speak to him now and then, his next step is to get a place in the Spanish national team. I will be quite content for him, and I said this to him, to settle down. He seems happy at Wolves. He's playing under a manager that is confident with him and gives the respect Adama needs, but Adama's big challenge is seeing if he can get a place in the Spanish team and keep it. Yes, Tony Pulis' advice to Adama Traore is that he should stay at Wolves, but I think Adama Traore wants to go to the very top. He has ambitions to play for one of the truly big teams in the world football and play Champions League football, and Liverpool would be the perfect place for him in my opinion. So if the price is right, then I'm a big fan of Adama Traore, and I would love to see Liverpool sign him, because he is like 5 years younger than Salah and Mane, almost 5 years younger. and Firmino as well. So he's one for the future, but right now he can help Liverpool massively. And Jurgen Klopp previewed the Manchester City-Liverpool game by saying that a statement is a statement. I don't think we have to make them, and especially not in this game, just after we won the league. What would change for next year or next season if we beat Man City tonight? What would happen if they beat us tonight? People will say a few things. If Liverpool win, they will say that's the best team in the league. And if the Man City win, they will say City is better, but we won the league. Whatever people will say, that's really not so important for next season, for sure not. We both have to be ready for the next year. Not that I would be too much worried about Man City. We all have to be ready. You can really see in the moment Man United is coming up. That's pretty much the same team a few weeks ago, besides one or two players. People thought they had no chance, and now you see how good they are, how good they can be, and they will be not worse next year, for sure not. Again, Chelsea as well, but so it's not about just Man City and us. It was for 2 years pretty much on the top of the table about Man City and us, and it was about Man City for the last 4 or 5 years, and they have all the tools they need to be there consistently. If we have those tools, we have to show that. How can I say we are there 100%? We have to show that. I am not interested in saying it now. I'm interested in showing it next year, and that's what we have to do. But it's difficult, that's clear, and it will not get easier. This game on Thursday night is a very, very important game because it's the only game we play next. And Man City sees it exactly the same way. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's exactly the most important game we can play on Thursday night because it is the only one. And that's the kind of mentality that Jurgen Klopp guided Liverpool to the top of European and English football. Just focus on the next game. That's the most important game. Of course, you need to prepare in advance, but only focus on the next game, try to win that and go from there. It's not worth speculating what will happen next season or 2 seasons from now. And Jurgen Klopp was asked whether the defeat to Man City in September 2017 influenced Liverpool's progress in the Premier League since. Maybe that's the 5-0 defeat. I can't really remember exactly when that game was. It was for sure not the only game. It was one of these games, Jurgen Klopp said, but the City game is maybe not a good example. Because we had only 10 men. Yeah, so that's the 5-0 game he's talking about. And I said that they 100% the worst place you can be getting the red card in this moment, in this time, is at Man City Stadium. We were really good that day. We started exceptionally well, and then we got a red card, and we were still thinking, give it a go, and then we realized that's maybe not the best idea, and that's difficult to change in the game. We had 2 other games. We lost against Tottenham away in a pretty impressive manner, 4-1. There were a lot of games that showed us that we had to become better. They were information. It's not that we had to change, but that we had to develop, because there was a time for sure, maybe 3 years ago, when all of us had the feeling that we can only be really good if we are wild, and we have to be wild, to be honest. We are wild, and that's important, but it's not the only way for us to win a football game, and that's what we had to learn, and that's how it is. Usually as a manager you don't get time for this. Here I got time for that we could learn all together, making big steps, and that's what we did. But this is not like cycling. You have to learn it and keep it, and you have to do it again and again and again in training sessions, because it's the most difficult thing playing football for these kind of players. In the perfect moment it is easy not winning but playing football, but in a difficult moment still to perform. That's what we all have to learn, and the boys learned that in a pretty impressive manner. And Jurgen Klopp also said that he adopted the New Zealand rugby team's mantra of as long as you wear this shirt, less than 100% is not allowed. And this is what he has learned from the All Blacks. That's the New Zealand rugby team's nickname. It was in 2001 or 2002. I think it was in my first pre-season as Mainz manager. I jumped in March or so, got the job, took over, and then in the summer I saw this documentary about the New Zealand rugby team, and I was completely impressed by these big guys and how they spoke about the shirt. At that time, the New Zealand rugby team were 100% by far the best rugby team in the world, and it was a really impressive thing. They were all full amateurs. They were butchers, builders and all that stuff, but these pretty impressive guys, they spoke about their past and what it meant to them to play for this team. I'm sure I told this story already a few times, but in the last 2 minutes, before the team bus arrived at the stadium, we always listened to the haka. It was pretty loud and impressive, and it gave us just a little kick. They were the New Zealand rugby team, and mine's the main color is red, so we made ourselves the all reds. Nobody noticed that because we were a small club and a small team, but for us it was big. That's how it started for that team, and I don't know how much influence was of that, but if you ask the players at the time, they would say they really liked it, and it gave us the chance from a team nobody is interested in to become a team that at least we were really interested in, and that helped us. What a brilliant interview by Jurgen Klopp, and that's the perfect way to finish this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.